All right, spawning in the bottom left corner in those blue Protoss pieces for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, we have Zest.
And his opponent, spawning up in the top right position, representing Shopify Rebellion. He's Byun. In the red.
Now, kind of the storyline for both of these guys, you kind of feel like you want them to win something big, like one of the big tournaments coming, whether it's the TSL Cup or King of Battles or anything like that. Got Zest going to the military. You got Byun just on an absolute tear. It feels like it's just destined to happen or something like that.
Yeah, it feels like these two players are so good. I'm really excited to see, honestly, just both of them, what they can do here and what they can do on the new maps, and if they'll have anything special for them.
Right.
We did see Classic in the show match that you and I casted earlier. Classic dusted Byun 4-0 with that charge lot style that he just was not prepared for.
Yeah, that getting the +2 armor into mass charge lot and it just wrecked Byun on so many cases. And there was a couple times Byun attacked into, like you're mentioning, into anti-timing. His upgrades weren't ready, but Classics were, and just wasn't able to adjust to that playstyle.
No, he wasn't. He had a real tough time.
So, Mr. Tester, what are you eating there?
Nothing. It's waffle. It's an entire waffle.
Amazing.
That was a little bit more than not the most intelligent decision. But yeah, no, it was crazy. I haven't seen Byun like manhandled like that since he not returned, but since he I guess started to. So he came back, and then he wasn't performing all that well. But not amazingly. And then he kind of came back and just started dominating after taking a little bit of a break. I would say in the last 3 to 4 weeks, he's been really, really, really impressing the hell out of me. And since that point, I hadn't seen anyone make him look that kind of helpless.
Right. Like frankly, he looked like a low Grandmasters versus like a pro player.
Yeah. Now I do want to say that Classic style, I really want to see more players trying that style. Like the insanely fast +2 armor looked so powerful against the 3 Tech Lab Marauder style. It was really, really cool. Classic has always been such a smart player, so I'm excited to see more of him. But talking about this game, we are going to see Byun going for a build that he revolutionized a while ago that's really, really strong. It is Reactor into 3rd Command Center, into quick 2nd Barracks with Stim and +1 attack. This is such a strong build against everything, I think, except 4-gate Blink Stalker.
So we're definitely going to see Blink Stalker. We're not going to see 4-gate here. It is a Robo coming down behind the 2 gateways, getting a couple Stalkers here as well. But yeah, that just pumping out that many Marines with the Stim, with the +1, being able to come across the map, just snipe whatever the Protoss has, depower everything, and just win the game.
Yeah, it can be really good. I do like so there's kind of shifts, ebbs and flows in the PvT meta. By the way, we are going to see the scout coming in from Byun, seeing that number of stalkers. I don't think he saw. No, he didn't see the. No, he did see the Twilight Council. I guess that kind of just confirms what he already basically knows. Forge in a robotics bay coming down before 3rd Nexus. This is a really good situation for Byun. Like he's gonna get away with an incredibly greedy build.
Yeah, and it's not going to get punished at all for it. It will be able to just macro up all his bases. There's really been no harass here from the Protoss player at all. Zest has been on his side of the map the whole time. And I think the only thing Byun sent over was the one Reaper.
True. Yeah. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot coming in from Byun, and Zest not really making that many adjustments. We do see the Blink Stalkers moving forward. They're going to look for a little bit of damage, and Zest just doing Zest things, picking off a couple Marines. Pardon me, a couple Marines right there getting picked off, starting up his Colossus. But the third Nexus is so insanely delayed, so insanely delayed.
Gonna come in there again, snipe out one worker, take a bit of damage on those stalkers too. And we're talking about like actual hull damage, not just shield damage here either.
Yeah, no, this is it's a little bit of real damage. It's important to keep them as high as you can, but as long as you keep them alive and with, decent HP, as long as you're getting pickoffs, it is still good. That being said, like, Byun's up in workers right now, and that should never happen in a TVP when there has been no action. And that just goes to show how much of an advantage Byun got from these build orders. Like, he really put himself into a great position.
Now, we do have all the fun Protoss stuff coming out here. We got a Colossi coming out with that extended thermal lance, got +1 and charge coming up here. So if he is able to hold that push that's coming in, he should be able to position himself nicely going into later into the game here.
Oh, I would definitely agree. And he is going to kind of find himself in a good position behind these rocks, but Byun, he is going to shove through the force field, not in time. Look at that Colossus. Tries to get target fire down, but it survives. Oh, and a blink forward, not able to take down the medevac, but that Colossus has 10 kills in the back. That was a really unfortunate... Oh, but he gets the find. Okay, never mind. Well, up until that point, it was really good for Zest. I still think it's actually quite good for him.
Oh, nice.
And he will find a medevac.
So the one thing I will point out there that was present in the first fight that wasn't there in the second fight was the shield battery. And that just shows how overpowered shield batteries are and why it needs to be nerfed.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, not a chance. Yeah, Byun taking that fight after battery overcharge gets popped, a little bit questionable. Thinking about diving on in with these Marauders, realizes maybe this isn't the best idea. There was an observer watching him. It still sees the medevac, which is nice. Byun just threw away a lot of supply for very little gain. He actually, 3 units have gone down for the Protoss. 34 have gone down for Byun. And the only reason that it's even 3 is that one Colossus went down.
Right. And that Colossus was a bit of a misstep. If he stayed on the high ground, I think he should have been able to hold it. But that Colossus decided to step onto the low ground there.
Yeah, Colossus just, a little bit of suicidal tendencies, unfortunately, there. And never a good thing. It was just jealous of the Chad Colossus that got all the kills. And he was just like, oh man, I'll never be as good as that one. And the other one's like, bro, it's okay. Like, just go at your own pace. And he regretted stepping down to the low ledge, but it was just a little too much, a little too late. The Bio Army was like, no, we gotcha.
If you think about it, Protoss does have quite a few suicide units there. You do have like Colossi and Disruptors that, often move command into their death. You have Charge Lots whose literal job is to run at the enemy full speed. Often Marines that are like shooting at their face. Yeah.
Charge Lots are just the most metal. They are just such metal crazy, absolute bonkers units. They don't give a crap about mortality.
I honestly can't get over the fact about how much infantry it takes to take down one Charge Lot.
It's a lot, actually, yeah. It takes a lot of, like, superheated metal fragment bullets. Like, basically rail guns firing into the Zealot's face in order to take it down. It's a lot. By the way, we're seeing +1 air and a Stargate transition coming out of Zest. This is not common against Terran these days, I feel. I feel like most players don't go Stargate versus Terran.
No, but
most of them tend towards that ground.
No, we did that Classic Beyond show match. Classic did open up every game with Stargate.
He did open Phoenix, but it wasn't like it wasn't into like Tempests or Carriers or something like that. Yeah.
It wasn't that late game competition.
Exactly. Oh, look at this blink forward. Nice job by Zest. Takes down a medevac and gets a couple of units. That Observer, once again, worth its weight in gold minerals. The map vision of Zest is actually fantastic. Look at these Observer placements. Sees everything he needs to see.
Yes, that's what good map vision there, as you're saying. One thing I will say, and I totally did not read this on Reddit some time ago, and totally not stealing this idea. The whole idea of the Zest bank, he is actually quite strategic. If you look at what he does have minerals and gas on hand and warp-ins available, so there is like a drop like that. He's able to do that emergency warp-in to thwart it pretty quick. One thing you don't see Zest being caught on is drops or anything like that with no units left to defend with. There's always a warp-in available for him.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I actually, people were like, oh man, no, it's just Zest being bad at macro. And like, initially it actually was, I think, Zest being like not the cleanest with his macro, but I did notice that with his play that it seemed a lot tighter somehow. I wasn't sure, and I noticed that his timings whenever he's aggressive are always so good, and he's never floating that money. And I think that's been what has actually made him become, in my opinion, the best player in the world, is that when he's going for those aggressive times, oh, that poor Zealot. Ooh, nice EMPs coming on in. Hold that thought. Yeah, these Disruptors going to try and hold on. Disruptor shot will connect thanks to the battery overcharge. Ooh, very bold from Byun right there. Zest blinks forward, takes down a Viking as well. But yeah, sorry, the Zest bank. I think it's actually, I think Pezaperi was on the mark with it. It is strategic.
All right, Zest is nearing maxed out here. He is itching for a fight. He is going to try to trade out some of these units. Does more damage to Byun than himself. Byun is actually maxed out here as well. What's the carrier count at? Carrier count is at 4, going up to 5. So nearing that point where they are going to start to get a little death bally.
Yes, most definitely. We do have, by the way, a little Zealot run by from from Zest trying to come in on the left side and going to run into a fair bit of bio with Ghosts, and Ghosts actually do a ton of damage to Zealots. So I don't think he really got anything there. So that's about the first cost-efficient trade we've seen in this game. Oh, pardon me, for Byun. Nice EMPs, but he's actually going to get blinked on. There's so many Blink Stalkers here. Blink Stalker carrier with just a little bit of Disruptor coverage. This is looking scary for Byun.
Yeah, I don't know if... the only thing Byun really has going from here, he does have a decent Viking count. Has 11 on the map. But on the ground, I really don't see how he's going to be able to take this between the Stalkers and the Disruptors, Colossi. It's hard for a Bio Army to engage this because the Bio Army just tends to ball up together and all that... what's the word I'm thinking of here, Steadfast? All that splash damage, AoE splash damage will just rickety wreck them.
It really will. Oh, big EMP is coming in. He is going to target down all 3 Disruptors. Nice job by Byun. And now the Stalker's not the most versatile. That being said, are there enough Vikings here? I'm not sure. It is about to be +2 air weapons, not just yet onto the field. Liberators popping on out is going to help out a lot. There are +2 on the Vikings here. Big EMPs, very bold blink forward with the Zealots coming in to reinforce. That might be enough for Zest to break on through. Oh, the turret actually getting a lot of damage to that Colossus, and now the concussive shell is going to slow down the Immortal. Zest really over pushing right here needlessly, but with the warp in of Stalkers, he knows he is close to breaking Byun. He really wants to keep the foot on the gas. Oh man, both players are so close to just having their armies basically collapsing. That being said, Zest, I don't think he needs to overpush. He already found one base. He finds another. Now he finds himself in a great position. 6 Vikings, by the way, at a time for Byun. He's on 4 starports.
3 command centers have gone down so far this game.
That is a lot. He does still have... Wow, he's still got like 6 orbitals, though. That's a lot of orbital commands. So he's able to replenish SCVs, drop a lot of mules down at once. So that's one thing that's really good for him. And his Liberators and Vikings are quite powerful with that very fast +2 air. He actually got +2 air started up well before +2 ground armor was done.
He also
normally
He also
sorry,
does
go on.
have that ranged Liberator upgrade as well, which helps immensely with the Colossi and Disruptor Balls.
Oh, it really does. We will see this War Prism getting on in here, but that poor Marine. Oh God, just instantly murk right there. Marauders are going to pop out. Concussive Shell is going to help out a lot, and Viking will eventually chase this down. Ooh, Scan comes in, sees that the recall will come down. Oh, the one Marauder, boom, getting sliced and diced. His 2 Marauder bros going to pour one out, snap and crackle, saying, "Pop, you will be missed."
Now, when a Zealot gets up close to a Marine or Marauder, do you think those are clean cuts, or are those like, are they cutting with like dull blades? Like they're
Oh God.
like, are they? Is it serrated blades? Is it like a nice clean machete? What do you think?
That is a really good question. We do have the wow, very bold attack coming in from Byun. Nice positioning from Zest with the Stalker. Is going to push the Vikings away, and he's actually going to catch a lot of these Vikings on the retreat. Very awkward angle. Loses like 4 or 5 extra Vikings that he needed to. To answer your question, I mean, it is pure psionic energy, but in theory, you could make that jagged. Like, you could make it so that it would be not a clean cut. It definitely cuts through it, like, easily, but does it cut through it cleanly? I don't know. Is it like a lightsaber where it cauterizes the wound? Who knows?
Now, is that energy also kind of like, are they like mini Green Lanterns with their side blades? Or
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like the stronger the will, the stronger the side blade?
Exactly. We need
That's a good question.
we need
answers.
We need lore answers here, Blizz.
Right?
Fuck the balance patch. Just give us these lore answers.
Yeah, seriously. Man, this Observer is so good for Zest. I was just going to say, I really want to see Byun take down those rocks, and he does. He literally took them down as I was thinking. You got to take down those rocks. Disruptor shot. Oh, does connect, but I think he loses 2 Disruptors right there. That was pretty good for Byun.
Yeah, one Disruptor went down to the Marauders. The other one went down to the Liberators. Gonna try to push in here, push into that 5th base, but not quite. Gonna go engage the army instead. One Disruptor does get a few of those Marauders, and both players will just kind of pull back here.
Yeah, I don't like Zest pushing in here. He's getting really overly aggressive. I'd love to see him just kind of try and zone this army out with the Disruptors and go to that base. Instead, he's going to take the direct fight, will take down all the Liberators, eat some big EMPs, but the Viking count just got destroyed. There are only 7 Vikings now on the map, and I think a lot of them are ones that are just popping out. How many Vikings have gone down in this game? Well, you know what, Zest, I said don't kill that base, but he kills a whole bunch of the army and then kills the base. That works too.
Answer to your question is 42. 42 Vikings have gone down this game.
Oh, that's so many Vikings in Zest. Discovering the power of the carrier. Oh, man. Is he even going to be stoppable at this point?
Yeah, I think he's getting to the point where he is going to turn into that air toss death ball. Not all the carries have all the interceptors there. There are some still being remade. I think that's the only saving grace right here for Byun.
Oh,
beautiful disruptor hit. Just taking out 4 walkers and a bunch of army units.
That just absolutely shreked the rest of Byun's army right there. He tries to lift up and get away with some of it, but Zest just absolutely crushes him in that first game. Man, it's got to feel bad, like, having such a strong position in the early game and heading in towards the mid game, and then you just get absolutely dumpstered from that point on. Like, that's a tough feeling. That is a really tough feeling. And I was thinking that after the GSL finals, like, Zest would take his foot off the gas and, you know, he'd like get ready for the military. But if anything, he looks even more focused and deadly than before, which is saying something because he looked really good before.
Yeah, no, he's playing in everything. We just had him on our Brawlers Club last Friday. Had a really strong showing there, and playing here. I think he played in EPT Korea 2, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Whereas I know Cure's taking time off after his win. And
he did play in EPT Korea, I'm pretty sure. I think. I'll take a look after, but I think he did.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing I appreciate about Zest is he is always he's always down to do something. He's always playing. I don't think I've ever gotten no for any of the stuff that I've planned to do with him. And that doggo, it's something about its front half of its body. It's just off. It looks like
It's
cat.
a little bit disturbing to look at. Yeah, it's like it's kind of weird. It's gigantic. Like it's 20% that's the height of the assimilator. That's
Now,
a tall doggo.
the thing I got to say about that doggo, and I'm kind of disappointed with the Terran race here, is that it hasn't been domesticated and used as a unit.
Huh. Like Red Alert 2 with the attack dogs.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that would be that would be funny to see. He just Terrans riding the doggo into battle. Oh, we are going to see this. Oh, Adept gets the deny in the command center. That is a really, really nice little find. Marines will pop out.
That
But the
shade
Adept
will
is going to
get in.
shade forward. Oh, if he lets it complete and sees the command center. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, man. Did he even see the lack of a second gas is my question. He did. He did see the lack of a second gas, so that's something. But not seeing that third command center, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, this looks like a similar build to what Byun did last time, right?
It's almost the exact same,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm surprised we haven't seen the engineering bay yet, but we should see it pretty soon. Two Adepts going to stomp their way forward here. Actually, a third one going to show up. This is a little bit dicey right here for Byun. He is going to lose all the Marines before the bunker completes. Oh, nice dodge. Dodging that glaive cannon shot with the SCV, saving the one SCV. That's very nice. That's well done.
A couple of Marines did get into that bunker to prevent those Adepts to really do much more damage than they did. And we do have the engineering bay and the second barracks coming down behind this.
Actually, this is going to be the third barracks
it
before
third?
NG Bay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So going a little bit more, I guess, a little less greedy, ever so slightly. Maybe that's an adjustment to the second gas not being scouted. Wants to keep himself safe. Zest, by the way, being so annoying. He's cycling the... Oh, never mind. Oh, wow, he actually gets in. Is that worth it? I don't think so, because he... Well, he still doesn't know about the third command center, technically. Sees the engineering base, sees the additional barracks, probably can infer,
Yeah.
and actually hold the phone. Okay, he's, I think, figured out what this is, because he's going to be going for 4-gate. No, it's not 4-gate blink. What am I saying? He's already got the third nexus basically done. Okay, yeah, no, this is nothing. Pay attention, Steadfast.
All right, getting that observer out, getting those observers out early and spread out across the map so he sees everything as it comes, able to have that pervy eye on Byun.
So I think to answer the question in the chat, Zest knows to expand because the third barracks was later. So this is not a standard 3 racks timing. It will still hit with a lot of power, but Zest is going to be able to get away with this, most likely. He's got a lot of sentries, which is kind of strange considering the size of some of these openings. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. Does Byun know there's a third base? He does. He's still going to try and push up the gut into the natural. I don't know. This is going to come down to the force fields a little bit.
I'm not a fan of the position of the shield battery. It is kind of out in the open exposed. Those are actually really good force fields, shaving a lot of these bio units off. I'm going to micro back those sentries. Saves everything. I don't think he lost a single unit there. May have lost one sentry. One sentry.
One sentry. Yeah, that's it. One sentry for way too many bio units.
Yeah.
Way too many bio units. And we see why Zest went for those sentries right there. And that's why I was about to say I didn't want Byun to push up this left side. I was hoping he would just potentially, go in towards the third. He ends up getting himself caught and force field. And once again, the opening engagement from Byun looking messy. Looking very messy.
Now, I've casted a few games now on this map on Berlingrad. One thing I'm surprised I haven't seen more of, and I think we'll see eventually once the meta settles down, is 2 SCVs or 2 probes or drones joining the first push to mine out those minerals at the ramp, because there are only 5 minerals each.
Yes. What I actually wonder if we'll see is proxy Raxes becoming very popular there.
Yeah, kind of like how we had on Romanticide, where they would...
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Honestly, probably not, because there's not a big advantage to putting them there, really. But we might see it so that you can like have a nice little, maybe even a 3 racks actually, where you just like kind of wall the bottom of the ramp, and it means that drones have a really difficult time getting there. That being said, you can also mine the minerals from the top, so that means dealing with that is a little bit easier. We're going to be seeing double Colossus.
God dang.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say double Colossi.
Yeah, I think it's a great transition after that start. I think it's really smart.
Now, a Charge Law drop incoming here with that Warp Prism. It's going to hit just as +1 is about to finish as well.
Yeah, this is a beautiful timing. Oh, he dodges the Ghost Snipes. Yo, let's go, Zest. That was clean. Oh, that was really nice. Of course, the Ghosts do get back their energy because the Snipes didn't go through, and the SCVs actually get healed up by the Medivacs there. But that was still very nice from Zest.
Now, earlier on when Byun was playing Pig, we saw something similar with him doing the drop micro with individual Marines and a Medivac to block that Cyclone break lock on. And it was just amazing how quick he was able to drop and pick them up and drop, and kind of seeing that here with Zest too. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Zest is the sharpest I think we've ever seen him, and he is going to come in here with 10 gates and a whole lot of charge loss, whole lot of blink stalkers, +1 attack, couple of sentries still left over, and he is going to find the 4th base for free, and he is going to be able to push for a whole lot more than this. Byun, I don't think he can hold on right here. He's got a lot of ghosts. Big blink forward coming on in here. Oh, the nice force field, separating off a little bit of that bio. Colossus on the reinforcement, getting picked up in the War Prism. Great stuff right there, and I think there's only 1 EMP available. It does go off now. I think this is just going to be another win for Zest. He's got so much. He does, and in the immortal words of MC, 4 Colossus OP, 4 Colossus Imba. Yeah. All right, with a probe out on the map really early, playing in the top right corner on match point, we have Mr. Best himself, Zest. Representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom left, representing Shopify Rebellion, is Byun in the blue. And Zest, he is going to go for something that he started doing a little while ago, and it is so annoying. It's an instant probe across the map to start zapping away at your opponent's SCVs and just being a big old jerk right from the get-go. It's really, really annoying, and it's nice to see. Oh, look at that. We see the SCV trying to intercept. Zest gets it out of there, keeps the regeneration going on that probe. Now, we got to give credit where credit is due, and I believe this was originally started by Pig under the Captain Dickhead series. Was it with that first probe, though? I know that he likes to do it with his first worker, but... I thought it was with the first probe. He was sending the first probe over, just started nibbling away at the... Now, he was a lot more aggressive and obnoxious about it. Like, he would keep going after the worker that was zapped first until he got the kill, but... yeah. It's good to see shenanigans like that being picked up by pros. Yes, it really is. And yeah, to clarify in the chat, so what psychosomatic means is it doesn't mean that there was no physical injury. What it more so means is that there was a physical injury previously, and even though it may have recovered, technically speaking, the mind kind of convinces the mind convinces the body that there's still a problem, so to speak, you know? Oh, this SCV, getting very low. So, and of course, pain exists in the mind almost entirely anyways. It exists as a warning to the body to, you know, stop doing what you're doing or you're going to cause damage, like permanent damage. So it's very possible that that's just, once again, a bit of a warning from his body, and it's kind of like just a
be careful. And yeah, that's why it's always a little bit tricky with those injuries, because you never know if they're damage being caused or if it's something like that. I don't know what his doctor said exactly. I'm only going on secondhand information anyways. But yeah, it's one of those things where we just hope that he is able to one, perform the best that he can, and two, that he's good, like as a person, that he's good.
And it's actually great to see him on a team like Shopify, who has who actually feels like actually care about the players. All right, able to give that treatment, able to support them and all that.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, getting back to the game here a little bit, we did have a bit of stalker harass coming in from Zest. Zest going to go for the Twilight Council once again. Byun electing to move that Widowmine out. I like that he moved it not to try and get the stalker, but to secure the natural, to push that stalker away, knowing that if the Widowmine sets up in the location that it is, stalker can't run by without, dying. Ooh, nope. Speaking of which, we are going to see a Marine drop actually catching a stalker in the middle of the map. Zest, will keep it alive, but Byun going to boost in on top of it. Will take it on out. Nice job from Byun, even picking up that wounded Marine. And, well, does lose one, but that's a really, really nice bit of micro coming out of Byun.
Now, one Hellion did go down behind this, but Byun catching that stalker in the middle, grade A on his part there. Looks like he's just going to rotate around and head back, look for any proxies or anything like that along the left side of the map there.
Yeah, just playing it a little bit safe here. Zest's gonna start to move out with this first blink. Oh, looks like he might have thought that this the medevac was somewhere in the middle and was just like, I gotcha. And then it was like, it's in like those horror movie. Is it horror movies? Yeah, horror movies where the killer lifts open a trash can and there's the protagonist is hiding in a trash can, but it's a different trash can and it's just empty.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, beautiful blink micro there by Zest to avoid losing a stalker to that Widowmine and just taking shield damage and also getting out after taking, I believe, 2 workers or 1 worker.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Zest his control is just so sharp. So sharp. And he shows that off right there. 4 stalkers, a perfect number to one-shot Marines before combat shield, one-shot SCVs, and he's going to move in and do the exact same thing once again, but Byun, with the very quick worker pull, keeps that one targeted SCV alive. Good job by Byun.
All right, back at him. Colossi coming out again, getting the extended thermal lance upgrade, +1 coming on up as well behind all that. Getting a couple more gateways, doing all the fun Protoss-y things here.
Yeah. Oh, looks like he does lose a stalker to Byun's force as it moves on out. Byun is moving out, but his stim is very far away. It's still another, almost minute and a half away.
Now, stim's not ready. The first Colossi is out. More importantly, combat shield isn't done. So these,
it's not even on the way.
Yeah, these bio units are just going to melt like candles to that Colossi. There are 2 tanks though to shoot that Colossi away, but the Marines got to fight in that tank range. Second Colossi is about to pop here. Charge starting up.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing the charge upgrade not able to come in time for the first push here. Of course, the Raven is just building up energy, and if it can get a couple of interference matrices, that would be really nice. I like that Byun moved out, put on a bunch of threat, and now is basically just waiting for Stim in a really good position. If Zest tries to break through here with 3 tanks and potential double interference matrices, he's not going to get anything done. Zest would absolutely get wrecked. I really love that he's taking down these rocks, though, recognizing that could be a scary tank push position.
Yeah, I think this is literally the definition of buying yourself time.
Yeah. Yeah, and he has successfully bought time for that stim to complete, +1 weapons to complete. Zest I don't know if Byun can actually push in. There's not the greatest tank positions on this side. Oh, big sim coming in for Byun. And there goes the interference matrix on the first Colossus. Second one on a sentry. Oh, what? That was weird. But tanks are going to get a lot of damage.
That looked like a misclick there. I think he may have been trying to focus that Colossus that just popped. I also did not like the fact that he engaged without the tanks being fully sieged up there. The engagement started while the tanks were still in the process of moving to their allocated locations.
Yeah. And Zest had Stalkers on the high ground ready to deal with a drop into the main. Ended up turning into a flank and a bit of a 360 surround on Byun's army. Byun, yeah, he's in some trouble here. He's down 2-0. He needs to hold on. There's 3 Colossus. Not a great answer to them either. How many Vikings on the map? Just the 2. And this is going to be either a dead third base or a denied mining for a very long time. Nice job from Zest. Baits out that Wood of Mine, takes it on out. Zest is looking so sharp right now.
Yeah, army supply heavily in favor of Zest. Even worker count in favor of Zest here. Upgrades about even. Zest is +2 is not too far from finishing off here. Zest is looking pretty large and in charge. He does have a massive charge lots there as well to deal with this Bioforce. He is getting a 4th base behind this as well, because when you're ahead, you get further ahead. These Vikings can't really engage because of these Stalkers.
No, they can't. And I think he loses, 1 Viking on the way out. Zest is about to complete his +2 weapons in just about 10 seconds here. That's going to help these Colossus absolutely shred the Bioforce. And the Viking count is really having a lot of difficulty getting on up here. Missile turret going to go down as well. That means the Colossus, they don't have to worry about kind of derping in there. They do have extended thermal lance anyways, but still, always nice to eliminate that. And Zest, he is just playing this patiently. He is going to go on in here. Charge lots do get kind of caught behind the army, but now the Stalkers blink out of the way. And I think there's just too much here for Zest. He does have to be a little bit careful, though. His Colossus not firing at the main Bioforce for a lot of that, and now they're a little bit out of position, but they will get micro back. Charge lot's going to boost on over to the right and will keep Byun's army in place.